Dr. Josephine Vitu Maundu was once the life partner of one of Kenya's well-known political figure, Alfred Mutua. This is the story of their 15 years long union, the rise and fall, their legal battles, and the lives of their 3 children, woven into the fabric of Kenyan politics and personal resilience. The story begins far away from the glare of cameras. In the late 1990s, Alfred Mutua was a young man carving a path for himself abroad, brilliant, ambitious, with a vision of becoming a communicator and a leader. Somewhere along this journey, he met a woman, Dr. Josephine Vitu Maundu. Josephine was equally driven. She studied pharmacy at the University of Washington in Seattle and later pursued a master's degree in public health. She was passionate about medicine, about helping people, about building a career that mattered. The two connected, 2 young Kenyans abroad filled with dreams. Their bond grew, and soon they made a decision that would shape their lives. On the 1st of July in the year 2000, Alfred Mutua and Josephine Vitu walked down the aisle. Their wedding was held at the Nairobi Baptist Church along Ngong Road. Friends, family, and loved ones gathered to witness what many thought would be a long life union. After marriage, the couple began building a family. Together, they were blessed with 3 children, 2 of them twins. Josephine, balancing motherhood and academics, pursued further studies, eventually earning her Doctor of Pharmacy degree at Purdue University in 2006. Alfred Mutua, on the other hand, was rising in visibility. In 2003, when President Mwai Kibaki came into power, Alfred was appointed as Kenya's first official government spokesperson. His face appeared on television screens across the nation. He was articulate, sharp, and confident. But while Kenyans admired his boldness, at home, Josephine was navigating the delicate balancing of raising children and supporting her husband's demanding career. The couple's life seemed from outside ideal. They had a family, they had careers, and they had a future many envied. Yet, beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to show. Politics is never just about power. It also takes a toll on family life. Alfred Mutua's position as government spokesperson and later as Machakos governor meant constant scrutiny. Josephine, a private and academically driven woman, preferred life outside the limelight. Their personalities, once complementary, began to clash. Around 2012, the marriage began to unravel. Josephine reportedly made the decision to move abroad with the children, seeking stability and a fresh start. By 2014, Alfred Mutua was already embroiled in legal proceedings, filing for custody of the children. He accused Josephine of taking them to Australia without his consent. On the other side, Josephine told her own story. She spoke of stress, of intimidation, of a marriage that had broken down irreparably. She accused Mutua of using his influence to frustrate her, even as she tried to create a safe environment for the children. What had once been a love story had now become a bitter public fight. The divorce proceedings became one of the most talked about personal cases involving a Kenyan politician. The case stretched across Kenya and Australia. On 19 August 2015, the marriage of Alfred Mutua and Josephine Vitu was officially dissolved by a court in Australia. The court made landmark decisions. Josephine was granted full custody of the 3 children. Alfred Mutua lost his bid to claim ownership of a valuable property in Nairobi's Westlands, which he argued should be considered matrimonial property. The court dismissed his claims. Not only that, Mutua was ordered to pay Josephine's legal costs. The judgment was a major blow to Alfred Mutua, but for Josephine, it was a moment of vindication. She had fought, she had endured, and she had won custody of her children. But victories in court often come at a great emotional cost. After the divorce, Josephine chose a life away from politics, away from public noise. She relocated to Australia with the children, focusing on her pharmaceutical career and raising them quietly. She became a symbol of strength, an educated woman who stood her ground even against a powerful man. Alfred Mutua, meanwhile, moved on with his life. His political career continued. He served 2 terms as Machakos governor and later rose to cabinet position. He also entered into another high-profile relationship with Lilian Nganga, which itself would later end in controversy. Yet, through it all, the story of his first marriage remained a reminder of how deeply personal lives are intertwined with public careers. Today, very little is known about Josephine Thitu in the media. She lives quietly in Australia, raising her children, advancing her profession, and keeping her dignity intact. Alfred Mutua continues to navigate politics and public service in Kenya, but the story of their marriage and divorce lingers. It is a cautionary tale about love, power, ambition, and the struggles behind closed doors.